of Judah was the first year of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, which Jeremiah the prophet spoke to all the people of Judah and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem for 23 years, from the 13th year of Josiah the son of Ammon, king of Judah, to this day. The word of the Lord has come to me, and I have spoken it persistently to you, but you have not listened. You have neither listened nor inclined your ears to hear, although the Lord persistently sent you all his servants, the prophets, that is Daniel, saying, turn now every one of you from his evil way and evil deeds, and dwell upon the land that the Lord has given to you and your fathers from of old and forever. Do not go after other gods to serve and worship them, or provoke me to anger with the work of your hands. Then I will do you no harm. But you have not listened to me, declares the Lord, that you might provoke me to anger with the work of your hands to your own harm. Wow. Grass withers. The flower fades, but this is the living word of the living God, and this is truth then, now, and forever. Did you catch that last piece there? You've not listened to me, says the Lord. You provoke me to anger with the work of your hands to your own harm. This is what the Babylonites did when they built that city and tower complex, Tower of Babel. Just a short time after the ark came to rest, after the flood, these people remembered. They had memory of that event. They had memory that there was the ark and how it was built. And so they built the tower. Not in obedience to God. The ark was technology that was built in obedience to God, to glorify God. The tower complex was built to avoid the flood. It was the people had been commanded to go out into the earth and fill it, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. But they didn't do that. They wanted to unify and create one unified truth of their own. They wanted to be autonomous. And so they built this tower to thwart God. So this was technology for the purpose of rebellion, autonomy, disobedience to God. And so the point here is that all of these, I have to read Daniel for you. I have to finish Daniel. Jeremiah. Here we go. Therefore, thus says the Lord of hosts, because of this disobedience, here's what God says. This is very important. This plays into exactly what's happening to us here today with these satraps, these prefects, these governors, these captains and counselors who are building technology in rebellion to God. Therefore, Jeremiah 25:8. Therefore, thus says the Lord of hosts, because you have not obeyed my words, behold, I will send for you. I will send for all the tribes of the north, declares the Lord, and for Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant. And I will bring them against this land and its inhabitants, and against all these surrounding nations. I will devote them to destruction and make them a horror, a hissing, and an everlasting desolation. Are you paying attention? He's going to send Nebuchadnezzar, his servant. Nebuchadnezzar isn't, he's not one of God's chosen. He is not Team Yahweh, as our pastor said this weekend. We are in Daniel chapter 9, just this weekend. Really, what a gift to come across that right now at this time. So Nebuchadnezzar is God's servant, right? There is no technology, no government, no intelligence agency. None of them are out there operating out of sight from God. They're all God's servants. And so Isaiah 54. Understand this, my friends. Take this with you as a comfort. We'll go to, let's do Isaiah 45 first. Thus says the Lord to his anointed, to Cyrus. Now, once again, Cyrus is he is not Team Yahweh. Thus says the Lord to his anointed, his servant, Cyrus, which means his instrument, his tool, his rod, whose right hand I have grasped, to subdue nations before him and to loose the belts of kings, to open the doors before him, that gates may not be closed. I will go before you and level the exalted places. I will break in pieces the doors of bronze and cut through the bars of iron. I will give you the treasures of darkness and the hoards in secret places, that you may know that it is I, the Lord, the God of Israel, who call you by your name. For the sake of my servant Jacob, and Israel, my chosen, I call you by your name. He's talking about Cyrus here. I name you, though you do not know me. I am the Lord, and there is no other besides me. There is no God. Who is it that's in charge? Who is it that causes salvation to occur? It's not any of us. I equip you, though you do not know me, that people may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none besides me. I am the Lord, and there is no other. Verse 7. I form light and create darkness. I make well-being and create calamity. I am the Lord who does all these things. Isaiah 54, verses 16 and 17. Behold, I have created the smith who blows the fire of coals and produces a weapon for its purpose. I have also created the ravager to destroy. No weapon that is fashioned against you shall succeed. Brothers and sisters, here is your promise from God. No weapon that is fashioned against you shall succeed, and you shall refute every tongue that rises against you in judgment. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their vindication from me, declares the Lord. Let's go ahead and look at 55, verse 1. Come, everyone who thirsts, come to the waters, and he who has no money, come buy and eat. Come buy wine and milk without money and without price. Why do you spend your money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which does not satisfy? Listen diligently to me, and eat what is good, and delight yourselves in rich food. Incline your ear and come to me. Hear that your soul may live, and I will make with you an everlasting covenant, my steadfast, sure love for David. Behold, I made him a witness to the peoples, a leader and commander for the peoples. Behold, you shall call a nation that you do not know, and a nation that did not know you shall run to you. Because of the Lord your God and of the Holy One of Israel, for he has glorified you. No weapon that is fashioned against you shall succeed, and you shall refute every tongue that rises against you in judgment. This is your heritage, servant of God. So this is your encouragement, my friends. Don't let yourself get down. Don't be fearful. Fear of man is a snare. Don't fear these men. They can't hurt you. To die is gain. And if that is securely, if you're holding to that, then you understand why you were born for this time, why you're living right now. You were made for this time. 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 9 says, He will guard the feet of His faithful ones, but the wicked shall be cut off in darkness. Because not by might shall a man prevail. The adversaries of the Lord shall be broken to pieces against them. He will thunder in heaven. The Lord will judge the ends of the earth. He will give strength to His king and exalt the horn of His anointed. Some of these creatures, some of these created beings, some of these men of renown, some of these leaders are most certainly the servants of God. They don't know Him. China is a servant of God. They don't serve Christ, but they are a tool. The Lord says, I have created the smith who blows the fire of coals and produces a weapon for its purpose. Yes, there are weapons, but who creates the ones who make the weapons? Psalm 58:3, the wicked are estranged from the womb. These who speak lies and go astray from birth, O God, shatter their teeth in their mouth. Break out the fangs of the young lions, O Lord, and men will say, surely there is a reward for the righteous. Surely there is a God who judges on earth. Psalm 59:1. Deliver me from my enemies, O my God. Set me securely on high, away from those who rise up against me. Deliver me from those who do iniquity. Fierce men launch an attack against me, but God is my stronghold. My God in His love and kindness will meet me. God will let me look triumphantly on my foes, for you have been my stronghold and a refuge in the day of my distress. For God is my stronghold, the God who shows me loving kindness. Psalm 60, which is relevant for our position here as Americans today. Oh God, you have rejected us. You have broken us. You have been angry. Restore us. You've made your people experience hardship, that your beloved may be delivered. Save with your right hand and answer us. Give us help against the adversary, for deliverance by man is vain. Through God we shall do valiantly, and it is He who will tread down our adversary. Psalm 61, hear my cry. O God, give heed to my prayer. From the end of the earth I call to you when my heart is faint. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I. For you have been a refuge for me, a tower of strength against the enemy. Let me dwell in your house forever. Let me take refuge in the shelter of your wings. Selah.